Hi everybody, DUGROZ here with DUGROZ Reports. Welcome to another episode of Frugal Points, where I drive in my car and talk to you about the philosophical side of points and miles. This one's going to start out as a members only video. It may or may not stay as members only. I haven't decided yet. But I'm going to go over my credit card roadmap for the last couple months of 2025 going into 2026. If this sort of topic interests you, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member, a DUGROZ Diehard, only $3 a month, cancel anytime. Over 60 members only videos for you to enjoy. Let's dive in. My credit card roadmap heading into 2026. All right, I'm gonna give it away immediately. I don't have one. I don't have a credit card roadmap, so I'll look back here briefly on what I've already done, and that might help paint the picture a little better. So, if you've been following my channel, you know that I picked up a Marriott Bonvoy card, the Boundless, as well as a Chase Ink Business Unlimited. I applied on the exact same day, and that was a little over a month ago. Kind of my Hail Mary. I didn't think the Ink Unlimited would work, but hey, it did. And then it was like a few days later, people started reporting all the I just can't get through no matter what type thing if you've had inks in the past. So I think that was probably the end of the ink train for me. Can't say for sure, and maybe I'll try again. TBD. But it's not a priority right now per se, although I'll leave myself open to it and loop back around to that in a few moments. I have already finished the sign-up bonus on the Ink Unlimited, and I'm real close to finishing up on the Bonvoy Boundless. I've only got about $800 left to go, so I should be wrapping that up probably within a week or two, really. I have at least one big-ish purchase to work on. After that, yeah, I'm just not really sure what I'm going to do. Let me go over a few possibilities and just talk about what I might do. At some point, I would love to get the Capital One Saver card. I've never had that. I have a Venture X and a Venture One right now, and just for the life of me, they will not let me change that Venture One into a Saver, probably because one's on the Visa network, one's on the MasterCard network. I've tried in the past changing to a Quicksilver, waiting, and then getting a Saver. Nope. I've stuck with the Venture One, trying to change that over to a Quicksilver, or excuse me, over to a Saver. Nope. I check every 2 or 3 days. It doesn't matter what I do. They just won't let me. So that's not really an option. I can't get it with a sign-up bonus, or if I did, it would be kind of a miracle. When I go to the pre-approval tool for Capital One, which I've done, I think, 3 times, definitely 2, maybe 3 times, they'll only approve me for the Capital One Saver for good credit, which is really just their way of saying, and by good credit, what I mean is you have excellent credit, which means you're not really a great customer because we want you to overspend and pay interest. So we'll let you have the card, but you don't get a sign-up bonus. That's functionally what they're saying. So I can get it, just not with a sign-up bonus. So am I willing to blow a 524 slot on that? Maybe. Also, how much does 524 matter? Does 524 even exist anymore? Or are we just operating on, nowadays... Sorry about that. Nowadays, Chase has the pop-up prison just like Amex does. Anyhow, other card for consideration is some sort of Citi card. When I finished up my Path series, which was the series I did summer going into the early part of fall about how to determine which credit cards to use for natural spend, Citi was kind of my boo. And I think I need to lean into that. Even though, transfers to Wyndham to get Vacasa is now dead functionally, or at least will be soon. I still think with American Airlines, preferred hotels, choice hotels at 1 to 2, it does offer something for me that is more compelling than many other ecosystems. I like the fact that if necessary, I can cash out. Right now I have a Strata and 2 custom caches. I use the custom caches mostly for either shenanigans or targeted opportunities. If I know I'm going to be buying something at Home Depot or a major pharmacy purchase or something. I'll use it for that. The Strata could be changed into a Strata Premier. It could be changed into a Strata Elite. So what I ultimately need is the double cash to finish this off. So I might go directly for the double cash just for the satisfaction of knowing I have my setup exactly the way I want, and then product change the Strata into a Strata Premier. Or, and I realize from a points perspective, if you take the emotion out of it or just going with math, probably it's more sensible to go for the Strata Elite. Now that it has a 100,000 point sign-up bonus. I think you have to spend $6,000, which I could do, but that doesn't quite match up with the next thing I'm going to say. But either going directly for the double cash or getting a Strata Elite, waiting a year, then product changing it to a double cash, or some combination that ends with a Strata card, a double cash, and 2 custom caches in a year. One of those. So I need to get a Citi card of some kind, especially since at the creator meetup in Puerto Rico recently, Cesar Joel said, "You know, Doug, you may not want to admit it, but you are a Citi guy. Just embrace it, man. You are a Citi guy." I was like, you know what? He's right. I am a Citi guy. Love-hate relationship aside, for what I do, it is definitely the best ecosystem for everyday spend. The other thing I was going to say is the reason I hesitate on getting the Strata Elite is, yes, I can make the spend, but the other thing I want to accomplish that's somewhere in the mix is a 0% interest for at least 12-month card with something to offer, you know, preferably with a sign-up bonus. And the logic there is between late part of this year in December, so into the early part of next year, like January, I do have a couple purchases to make that are on the big side. I could dip into our like long-term savings account / emergency fund, which I keep in a Capital One 360 savings account for the time being. But I'd rather not. I'd rather space that out with a 0% interest card. I do a little bit of arbitrage, but not a lot. You know, some of it's just life, and it's more comfortable to space those purchases out over a longer period of time. So that's just something I'm thinking about. If I could get on the Ink train again and pick up another Ink Unlimited or Ink Business Cash, one of the two with the 0% interest, that would be great. Get another sign-up bonus, but I think that's extremely unlikely. So if anybody has any suggestions for a 0% interest card with at least a halfway decent sign-up bonus, I would be interested in hearing it. I already have the US Bank Triple Cash going right now. I've not yet hit its first anniversary, so I don't think I can get more than one of those at a time, but don't quote me on that. I know they're churnable, but I think you have to get past your first year, close it before you open the second one. If anybody knows with certainty, just speak up and let me know. So those are the things that are somewhere in the mix. Eventually, I'd like to get a Wells Fargo autograph for my wife. It has 0% interest, so maybe I should look at that earlier. I'm even more interested in a Wells Fargo Attune for my wife because I want to use that on Amazon purchases. I think I reserve the right to change my mind, but I think I would rather have 4x than 5% cash back on the Amazon card, but maybe not. I either need to get the Attune or the Amazon card, one or the other. So I'm not really sure how all those things work together. I'm pretty close to putting together my, I guess you'd call it forever wallet, even though I'm not quite there yet. The only thing I need is either an Amazon card or an Attune, and then a Citi double cash. That's it. Then I have everything I need for my forever wallet pretty much. I think that's it in terms of kind of where I'm going with cards in the near future. I would love to get your opinions, suggestions, criticisms. As long as they're done in good faith, they're also welcome. Once again, please subscribe and smash the thumbs up button. And as always, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. Thanks.